Hey, it's KJ's channel. We are up before the sun on this glorious Tuesday. Yeah, we had some crazy stuff happen. And so, doctor's appointment for Sharon that was on Thursday is now today. And we got to get out of here early because she has to do labs beforehand. It's really only 6:50, but the sun doesn't come up till after 7 o'clock now. And here in a couple weeks the time will change, so it'll go back to where this will be sunrise or early enough. We're in Miles City. We had to leave early because Sharon had labs, so she went and got her blood drawn. We came and did our Walmart, a few things that we needed to pick up. Since I'm doing keto, there's a few things I needed to get from here that we can't get in Jordan unless we order it from Amazon. So we came over here to get that. We got back to the car and somebody from town needed something else from Walmart, so Sharon ran back in to get that. Her appointment is in about 30 more minutes. And then after her appointment, we have to wait for her medication. They don't ship her medication. My medication they mail to us, but because of what hers is, they won't ship it. So we have to pick it up in person, and we'll have to wait for that. But then we'll get back to town pretty early, I think. Oh, look, there's a Melissa.
Hey, you scared me.
Hi! Well, that was a good visit to see Melissa. Sharon is back, and she bought the forks that we needed. So now we're going to go find somewhere to sit down and waste time because her appointment's in about another 25 minutes. Mommy's in her doctor's appointment. We could probably be allowed in there now, but because of COVID, they haven't been letting people in beforehand. So we just decided to sit in the car. As soon as Mommy gets out, we'll decide what to get for some breakfast, and then wait for her medication over at the pharmacy, and then we'll head home. I'm going to try and run this afternoon. I'm not usually good at running in the afternoon, but I'm going to try and do that. And pretty much this has turned into a day off, which is not that big of a deal. Thursday I'm going to have to take the day off too because we're not going to have power from 9 to 2. So I'll do some reading at home and some stuff like that, but I can't really be in the office doing computer work without power because there's no internet with no powers. One of the struggles we've had in ministry where we are is finances, and that plays into healthcare and things of that sort. Philosophically, I don't believe that healthcare is a mandatory right. That meaning basically that the government shouldn't pay for everybody's healthcare. But I also think that healthcare costs have gone way out of kilter. So it's, kind of a tricky situation. And when a former president required us to have health care, we tried to comply as best as possible, and we got thrown onto government health care. And so that's, kind of what we deal with just because of having to. That's a Tesla over there. There is a Tesla in Miles City. Yeah, they must be traveling through.
Yep.
Oh, time to pray for the state. Back in Jordan, just got done with my 3 miles. I want to continue the thoughts from this morning, and I saw a post on Facebook yesterday. Church looking for a pastor. They required a seminary degree or 5 years experience. they expected this person to be bivocational, and it just makes me wonder. Degree, professionalism, all the things that are required a pastor to be, and long term, but they don't want to pay. And over the years, I mean, anybody that's been in ministry for a while has heard things like, well, don't want to pay them too much. They might forget where they are or who they are. I thought you were doing this for the love of the Lord, not for money. All those types of things, and it really bothers me that when you go to a doctor, you expect to pay money. When you go to any other profession, you expect it to cost something. But then these churches want a pastor that works for free, but still has all of the same level of education. I've been blessed to be where I am and not have to deal with that on the level that I know some other pastors had. I've heard pastors tell me that, they tell a church, I'm struggling financially, can you pay any more? And they're like, well, we don't want you to get too comfortable. We don't want you to lose your humility. It's our job to keep you humble, which makes no sense because the Bible says those who minister in the word are worth double honor. But anyway, that just kind of has me thinking as we were traveling today for medical reasons, and the reason we have to go down there and jump through these hoops is because of insurance and the benefits and all that kind of stuff, just in order to keep our health coverage. So as I said, my situation's not a situation where the church doesn't want to be generous. It's the greater economy in this area, and really there's not a lot of expansion that can happen. And so that's where we sit. But this whole thought about pastor salary is kind of got spurred yesterday. I read an article from Guidestone that talks about how every church should do the best financial practices to help their pastor out. And right now, with the tax code, it looks like it's the salary benefits way of doing it instead of a package. And a lot of these small churches don't have CPAs and people who know those things to help them pay their pastor properly, and they don't have the resources to go out and hire somebody to do that. So it's interesting to see how this perpetuates the cycle over and over again. Another thought is when you think about pastors' salary, I've heard several different opinions, lots of different theories about what it is. The one that I think is most fitting is the average income of the congregation would be a fair assessment, so that they can live in that area, they can provide for themselves. They also have an understanding of kind of where the congregation is. Of course, in certain places, that can fluctuate quite a bit. And just an interesting thought. Tuesday's pretty much done. We did piano lessons, Pop and Dee Dee, and now we're just relaxing here, watching The Charismatic Voice. So, we'll see you guys tomorrow.